World, Mac Daddy 1911A1 here with the Shade Tree Survivalists. Um, this past week, well, not past week, we're still in the middle of the week, but this week I've had a couple of folks ask if they could become members of the Shade Tree Survivalists. Um, we don't have it set up as of this time as like a club or a militia or anything. It's just a couple of friends that recognize that in this world there is evil. Okay, everything from ISIS to mad politicians, dictators and so forth, um, gangs, drug outfits, you name it. I mean, there's all kinds of evil out there. And there's also natural disasters and so forth, and we would like to be prepared just in case. Um, we think that being able to not only own firearms, but use firearms in the event of a catastrophic weather event, natural disaster like an earthquake or something, um, dictatorial government, whatever the case may be, we think being able to use rifles and firearms in defense of ourselves, our community, our country is an essential part of that. But we don't really have it set up like having members and so forth. So what I want to do with this video is to say first that we are very flattered. The Uncle Fester 13 and myself, the two co-plank owners of the Shade Tree Survivalist, we are very flattered. And it got me to thinking, which I'd already been thinking about it actually for some time now, and I'd like to run some ideas by you guys and then get some feedback on it. We're not going to make anything 100% in stone yet. Got to do some more thinking, a little research on it, and so forth. But what I'm thinking of for now is just make you guys who want to be members associate members. Because, I mean, I've never organized a club. I was always one of those kids in the out crowd, the unpopular kids at school and so forth. And I don't really know how to organize anything like that at this time. But what I'm thinking about is, maybe in the long term, not now, but in the long term, have full-fledged members who would have to meet some certain qualifications, and maybe a $20 a year membership fee. And the reason I'm thinking about that is maybe I can make it a non-profit organization so that the membership dues and so forth would go toward purchasing items to test for the channel and so forth. And not just me, not just Uncle Fester or Statue or Camo or Raven or the Pooh Guru or whomever. No, no, no. But to have those members who pay those dues do testing and maybe videoing and put up on their own associate channel. It's like Uncle Fester, the Uncle Fester 13. His is the Shade Tree Survivalist Southern Chapter, his channel. And he doesn't put up many videos, but he's got two little kids in the house that he's trying to raise. And he's an old fart. Okay, so they waited a little long to have kids, but, they're doing a great job. Great job. And so he doesn't have the time because, his kids want to be there, want to have his attention and so forth. But, I would like some ideas from you guys. Okay? The only things I've ever belonged to is the National Rifle Association as a life member. Though I had the right to vote and so forth, a lot of times I don't. Though I am a very active voter in our election systems. Okay, doesn't matter whether it's local or state or federal, I vote, and I hope and I encourage you to do so also, because if you don't, your voice is not being heard. But I'd like to have some ideas from you guys. I mean, I'm quite sure some of you guys out there belong to certain organizations that have, it's a club and so forth. But regardless, I'm hoping that one year we'll have a venue big enough that we could have a survival fest and invite the associate members and maybe in the long term um, full-fledged members of the Shade Tree Survivals, no matter where you're at in the United States. Okay, and even in our allied countries such as Great Britain and France and so forth. Um, that would be awesome. That would be so awesome. Now, if I invited everybody and 5 or 10 of you guys showed up here at the house during the next Survival Fest, Kim would kill me twice. She'd probably take me outside, beat me to death with a claw hammer or something, and then run me over 4 or 5 times with the blazer. So it wouldn't be beautiful. But maybe one of these years we could have a larger venue so we could invite you guys. And if you could make it, great. But generally, our survival fests are held around July the 4th holiday because it's a long weekend. And sometimes folks take an entire week of vacation, but it runs 3 to 5 days. And having some new blood, some new energy, somebody to put their boot in their ass would be great. It would be great. And have some younger people there who are motivated, who are really, I mean, when Scout came along, he was such a blessing to me because he really motivated me to get off my butt and get in the gear. Even though here in the last little bit we've slacked a little, but it's mainly due to illness. Right now, as I'm making this video, Thursday night, I think it's the 14th, he has got that damn flu. Him and his entire family, and they are all sick. So it's just been one thing right after the other. So please, in the comments, or send me an email, macdaddy1911a1 at gmail.com, and that's M-A-C-K, as in Mac truck. macdaddy1911a1 at gmail.com, all lowercase letters. Shoot me some ideas, okay, guys? I'd appreciate it, because who knows? Maybe one day the idea of a nonprofit organization, you know, we collect dues and maybe some donations, and we can test equipment and so forth out. And it wouldn't be my property or Uncle Fester's property or a member's property until after the testing protocol. You know, that's the thing. If it's a nonprofit organization, you have rules and regulations through the IRS that you really have to obey, or you get hammered big time with fines and penalties. So who knows? But you guys out there, just throw me some ideas and we'll see what happens. But this is MacDaddy1911A1 with the Shade Tree Survivals on behalf of the Uncle Fester 13 and all the rest of the members. And we appreciate it. We are very flattered by it. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all take care and have a great day.